Okay, this problem right here, it says which is always a correct conclusion about the quantities in the function y equals x plus 4. One of the biggest things that you want to see is the word always. That means you need to look and see if you can find one place where this is not true, then it is wrong. It says the variable x is always 4 more than y. What I will tell you is anytime you have an equation, you definitely want to put it into the calculator. Anytime, whoop, wrong button. Anytime you have one. So I'm going to go to y equals, and I'm going to put in there x plus 4. And I'm going to press second graph. It says it is always 4 more than y. Isn't it? X is oh, you know what? X is always 4 more than y. Is x bigger than y? No, y is bigger than x. So this one right here cannot be it because it says x is always bigger than y. Now here it says when the value of x is negative, the value for y is also negative. Well, let's look. Right there, x is negative. Is y negative? No, so it can't be this one. It says the variable y is always greater than x. Well, it looks like it. Yeah, what about, let's make sure on this one. As the value of x increases, so y x goes up. I'm trying to make an arrow up with my right hand. That doesn't work very well. There we go. The value of y decreases. It goes down. Well, let's look here. Is that what's happening? X is going up. What's happening to y? Y is going up. So this is not the right answer. Your correct answer should be C. Next one. It says Danny wants an average grade of at least a 93. At least means greater than or equal to. I can eliminate 2 choices because of that. This says less than. It's not this one or D. So now I've got these 2. Why is, when you're talking about an average, you're talking about the mean. Why is C not correct? Well, there's an X right here. Yeah, if there's 4 tests, if they're taking the average of the 4 tests, you have to divide by 4, so your answer should be A. Next problem that you would want to pause if you were doing this on the video, and then come back and see how you did. It says, Gina did a research project on how your age affects sleep patterns. She concluded that as people age, they sleep fewer average until a point of adulthood when the number of hours remains constant. She also found that after the age of 70, the amount of time spent sleeping increased slightly. Well, the first thing that stands out to me is it says that they sleep fewer hours. So when you're first starting out, okay, you sleep a lot as a baby, and as you get older, you sleep less, so you're going down. So right here, C is not correct. Now, if I look at these 2, this says you go down to getting 0 sleep at all. Does that happen? No. Now, out of A and D, what should you be looking for? You want to see that it's going back up, and there should be a constant. If it's constant, it's going to be a straight line right here. Your answer should be A. What? You're right. D goes to 0. They're saying D goes to 0 as well, and that doesn't happen. Well, I don't know, unless your age is a certain age, but that's saying that at the same age, everybody's dead or something. I don't know. Okay, next. A department store has a 20% off sale on all clothing items. Which statement best represents a functional relationship between the sale price of the article and the original price? Okay, so the department store has a 20% off sale on all clothing. So my cost, this has got to be my cost, which is this is the sale price we're going to take 20%. Basically, we're going to take whatever the original cost is, subtract off the percent of the sales. So the original cost depends on the sale price. Is that true? No, the sale price does the sale price depend on the original price? But the sale price is not dependent on the original price. What is affecting the sale price? Well, okay, I guess what I'm thinking is a 20%, it would be the percentage, right? But I guess you're right. No. I guess right here, this would be the original price. And whatever the original, I guess you're right, because if it's 20% off, it could be 20% off the entire store. So the sale price is going to depend on how much that original one was. Okay, so yes, it should be this one right here. Number 5. A candy company sells chocolate-covered cherries in a box. The empty box weighs 4.2 ounces. Each piece of candy weighs at least, that's what sticks out to me right here, 1.8 ounces. Which inequality best describes the total weight of the ounces of the box of chocolates? Okay, at least is greater than or equal to. Okay, they are all greater than and equal to, so that doesn't help me. The empty box is 4.2 ounces. That's the box. Now it depends on how much chocolate is in there, because now each piece of candy is 1.8, and so you're going to multiply it times how much candy is in there. I don't think they're using X. What are they using? They're using C instead, so a C would go right here. So first off, it's not B because they're subtracting. It's not C, or D. D is subtracting. What's wrong with this one, C? This is saying that 4.2 ounces is each piece of candy, and that's not correct. So our answer is supposed to be A. Number 6, an ice cream vendor makes a table showing the relationship between daily high temperature and the number of ice cream cones sold. What is the dependent quantity in the relationship? Okay, when we talk about independent and dependent, independent is going to be the thing that happens first. The dependent is the result. When you're talking about temperature and the number of ice cream, what normally happens, you want the dependent quantity. You want the result. So which thing is going to happen first? Like you buy a bunch of ice cream and then the temperature goes up? Yeah, the higher, this is going to be my independent, because the higher the temperature goes up, the more ice cream that ice cream truck is going to sell. So the dependent is going to be the number, is it in there somewhere? Number of ice cream cones sold per day. Number 7. On number 7, it says, which of the following mappings best represent, and it gives you this function. Okay, so what I would do, again, every time you have an equation, I would go into the calculator and put in there, whoop, turn off my pen here. I would put into the y equals negative x squared, oops, plus 3. And I would go second graph. This is saying -2, -1. This says -2, -1, yes. 1, 2. 1, 2. 2, -1. Oh, I got lucky on my first guess. 3, -6. H right here should be my answer. The biggest thing on the mapping is to remember that as you have things with the lines, this means that the point is -1, -2, 2, 1, -1, 2, -6, 3, that when you're drawing the arrows to them, they're giving you the ordered pairs.